It's 9:48 in the morning. It's Sunday. Now the reason we're late is because we waited for Bunnings to open. We forgot that on Sunday they don't open till 9 a.m. So we're a bit late. Alright, so today we're going to renovate the laundry and the toilet. We're going to re-tile both the areas, and then we're going to do a new tiling around the splashback, and that should go with the wooden flooring that we put in last time. So we're slowly getting it done. Okay, so when you're doing tiling, the difference between doing a professional job and doing an unprofessional job is you're cutting in. So if you're going to do your tiling, you need to measure your tile, measure the height of your tile and then the grout that's going to go in. We use this tool here and we cut around here, and I've just cut one around here. So then you chisel it out just to get it out. We're going to actually lay the tiles over the top of these tiles because it's just a lot easier to do that. I normally don't do it. I normally always cut out. Okay, so the reason we're leaving the tiles in is because we want to bring the height up to here, and if we take the tiles out, it's going to be too hard. So as you can see, we're slowly getting it out. So what it does is the tile then sits neatly underneath the wood like this. So it comes around and it'll sit under, okay, which is really important, and then we just will seal around that.
Okay, well, I've just taken the toilet and everything out, so we're just finishing preparing the room. And as you can see, this is just our set to see where we want to put our tiles. And just going to do our line, our centre line, and we'll be raring to go. So, unless I got a photo of me dummy.
Normally we do this outside, but it's thundering and lightning and we're using electricity, so we're going to do it inside. We're now going to mix the flexi-grout. We've got the water and the flexi-grout. You just follow the instructions to your particular type or brand that you've got, and once you've got the consistency you want, then you're ready to go. Always make sure that you wear a covered mask because it's really, really dangerous. And if you have a look at the consistency, like a really nice paste. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying the flexi-grout at the moment, and then when I get a nice smooth finish, then I'll go over it with this, and by using this you're creating like a tunnel, and the grout will stick. You'll get a better adhesive to it. Always make sure you've got it level with you as well. We're taking our string line off here. Normally we do our own string line, but this is a nice straight line and it measures perfectly to there. So that's where we're going at the moment. We'll show you when we're a little bit closer to laying the first lot of tiles. What I'm doing is I'm just creating this raised section. You make sure that you've got the stuff all over. A lot of tilers skimp and you get what's called a drumming sound, and that's where you get cracked tiles. So if you raise it up and you make sure that you're fairly generous with what you're doing, you should be fine. Yesterday you saw us, we laid the centre part because it's such a small area we have to lay a track that we can work around. This is the way we do it. We're not professional tilers, we're just a handy people that are trying to show you how to save money and renovate on your own. So once you've done all your sections that you can use full tiles, we then go along and we cut. We number where we're going to put the tile and we number the tile. So then we can go around, we place the tiles so that we know that everything is going to fit prior to gluing it down. Now at the end of this I'll show you exactly how much wastage we have. Now I've employed professional tilers and I've sacked them because I walked out the back and there's a pile of tiles, like about 8 or 9 boxes of tiles where they just cut and discard. You don't need to do that. When you cut a tile you set it aside because you can then use it later on for your corners. If you've got a straight edge there and there, that's a corner piece. Don't cut a whole tile. These again are cut-offs from this side, so you don't need to waste. Now so far we've used 3 and a bit boxes to do the laundry and the toilet, and that will be all we've used. So it's going to cost us about $65 to tile this whole area. Okay, you'll notice that Debbie's got protective goggles, ear muffs, mask, glasses and gloves on because these things are pretty dangerous. She also usually wears that around her neck to stop any shards from flying up. It's just a neck scarf because otherwise the shards fly up and will cut her neck. So we're using an angle grinder because we find that we get better control because these tiles are very porous. Okay, Debbie's finished cutting. That's numbered so we know exactly where it goes. Then I go and fit them, or Debbie goes and fits them, whoever's cutting or whoever's one measures, the other one cuts. It makes great teamwork. Always remember when you're measuring to measure backwards. Okay. So now we've finished laying the tiles. They're now dry. I've just cleaned them off, taken out the little plastic separators, and now we're going to do the grout. I've just made the grout. I'm just going to pour it down, and you just use a squeegee to push it into the holes. Clean it off a little bit later. So this is all you do. You just keep pushing it backwards and forwards into the holes.
Okay, as you can see, the whole floor is now being grouted, ready to be cleaned off. Next I'm going to do some painting and touching up. I've just been collecting all the tiles that go around here. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm cleaning them all off, preparing them ready to go back on. So I'll just take you in and let you have a look at how we're cleaning them off. Okay, so basically what we're doing is the tiles that are going around the edge, I've just been cleaning all the edge, all the excess glue and everything off. Once I've done that, then I'm using this machine here. Again, what we use for cutting under the door and taking all the excess glue off. So basically I'm not going to start it because it's going to make a lot of noise. So what we're doing is turning it on and we're just scraping all the glue off each one. Then they're sitting there prepared, ready to go back on the wall. We'll just clean the back off, the other side off later on, and as you can see they're numbered so we know exactly where they're going to go. Hey, okay, before you saw us taking all the glue off the tiles and everything, getting them all prepared. Alright, so since then I've actually been too busy and I've had no one else here to video. So where we're up to, the tiles now are on the wall, and so all the glue's been done. I've just finished putting all the grout and everything in. I'll let all that dry off and clean it. Now in the toilet part here, we had a bit of an issue because we actually were missing one tile. We've now found that tile, and basically I just cut a circle in the tile and seated it straight over top of the toilet tap. Otherwise you're going to have a big square and it's going to be looking really yucky. So anyway, just got to wait for it all to dry off, clean it up, and then put the silicone around. So just up here as well, there was a big giant hole, and that was from where whoever had seated this before had actually cut it out, and they had a steel plate sitting over the top and it was really tacky. So I filled in behind the hole and now just filled that part in. So when it dries off we'll sand it back and clean it up.
And it's still wet?
Definitely still wet.
So it looks different, but it's actually a perfect job. Once that dries, it'll be perfect. Excellent job, Debbie.
Thank you.